This is exactly why you should never tell anybody what you are up to, because it's just never a good idea. And in fact, the Bible is telling us to never share your dreams with people. Look at what happened to Joseph. Shared his dreams with his brothers. Next minute, he's being sold. He's being attacked left, right, and center. You're destroying the goals and dreams that God had planned for you and for you only. Plus, when you share it with them anyways, they're not going to get it. One, they're not going to understand it. Two, and three, the dream is supposed to be understood only by you. It's a gift that God gave you. It's a plan that God gave you. Okay? He gave you the final destination, but in between, you don't know what's going to happen. Because if you knew what's going to happen, you're probably going to take a sit back and say, you know what, yeah, I'm going to make it anyways. I know exactly what's supposed to be taking place. I know exactly what's supposed to be going on. So I no longer need to put in the work. So that's why most of the time that God will give you that final destination, but the in between, you have no idea. This way, you're going to have to rely on the cross. You're going to have to rely on him, because he's the one that's going to give you that discernment. He's going to give you that wisdom to be able to carry on forward. I'm often reminded at university, talking too much. That's what I'm saying, why you should never tell people what you're up to, okay? Why you should never tell anyone what you're up to. I was studying architecture at university, interior architecture this is. I then discovered, this is what you always have to pray, you always have to have the discernment. I discovered a new software that nobody else was using in class. In class, they was teaching us one way, one process. At home, doing my own research, I found another software that does the process and the work that they were teaching us at university in half a step. The one process at university they were teaching us, it was taking 10 steps to accomplish one task. I found that software that allowed me to do it in literally half a step. Instead of me keeping it quiet, keeping it to myself, I decided, you know what, I'm going to share it with my good friend. And I repeat, this was a genuine good friend. I literally trusted this friend. I'm going to share it with them so that, you know, we can do this together. We can get this work done in no time, succeed. And plus, by the way, that software was doing it at a higher standard and a higher quality than the other software. This is to do with architecture, so we're talking about AutoCAD, Vectorworks. If you know any of that, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, and by the way, if you're finding value in this, smash that like button right now, or boop that like button, because it helps out this video a ton for the algorithm. So at university, as I said, I found that process and I decided to share it with my friend, my good, great friend. Oh my days. You will not believe what happened and what that friend decided to do and what grade I ended up getting due to my mistake of sharing that software with my friend. Okay, but I'm going to be telling you guys that very, very soon. So the other thing that I make sure that I want you guys to super focus on is keeping your goals and plans obviously to yourself without telling anyone, but is the biggest thing is to stay obedient. Better for you to be obedient than to try and please God in another way. God will much rather prefer that you are obeying his rules and commandments and his book rather than you trying to burn a sacrifice. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna eat today and fast because, you know, I'm trying to impress God. There's nothing we can do that's ever going to impress God whatsoever. All right, and this is all tying in, by the way, with why you should never tell anyone your plan or what you're up to, because obedience is the main structure of this. Because God is telling us to go to our private room to be able to pray, okay, to isolate ourselves. Even if you have to get in the middle of the ocean to be able to pray, and no, by all means do what you need to do. Isolate yourself, go in your room. It's not talking about a physical room, but it's talking about a spiritual, mental room. Like, go within yourself and focus and pray and keep your plans and prayers and your dreams and goals and aspirations to God in your head by yourself, okay? But as I was telling you guys, what I wanted to say with the university, what the friend decided to do to me, guys, it's peak. So what took place was I decided to share this with my friend. My friend jumped. Whilst I slept, he was doing tutorials on how to use this new software, how this. But little did I know, even though he's a great friend of mine, he's a blubbermouth. So he started blubbing around, literally giving away. You know those people who just can't hold their lips tight. They just feel the urge they need to share. And then when you catch them, they'll say, oh, well, I was doing a good thing, you know, by helping out others, by sharing. Is like, what do you mean a good thing? You didn't even discover this software. I showed it to you. Okay, and instead of you being wise and keeping it so that we don't get caught or anything, so that the tutor doesn't find out, the lecturer doesn't find out, you decided, Mr. Blubbermouth, to start sharing it and spreading it everywhere. So he started just sharing and spreading it, and what took place at the end was that I got the raw end of the stick. Why? Because everybody else caught on to this software. They started using it in silence without telling the tutor, accomplishing the work super quick. But this is the catch though. I ended up getting the worst grade because when I submitted my work finally, it seemed like I copied everybody else. It seemed like, well, this design looks a bit familiar. I mean, this, you know, this tool, it seems like this tool was used here, because the similarities in the softwares, it allowed basically the work to, everyone's work looked similar in a way, you know, whereas it was me, my work was going to be the most unique because everybody took one path and I would have taken the other path. But had I have kept my mouth shut and not shared a thing with this so-called friend, I would have been the unique lamb, the separated one, the chosen one, with the unique design, the unique everything, with absolutely no trace. Everybody would have looked the same. Everybody would have taken the left path. I would have taken the right path. However, I decided to share it and not keep it to myself, and that's what ended up taking place basically. So I tell you guys this story to tell you guys from my own personal experience, and I've got several, even at the workplace when I'm working in Costco, and all the other places I've had, because I worked in so many places, guys, you won't even get it. Okay, you have to be a hustler, you have to put in the work. But all of these places that I've worked, the moment I opened my mouth trusting the person, it never worked out well. Okay, so God's gonna plant dreams and secrets inside your mind, and sometimes you're gonna have to hold it back. You're not gonna have to share it, okay? Even with your own parents, sometimes it's yours and yours only. It's the dream that God planted in your life, the seed that God planted in your. You don't see farmers going around saying, oh yeah, I planted this seed here. If you take it, this is the coordinates to all my seeds, okay? I planted it on the left, I planted one on the right, and they said, you're talking too much. And when you're talking too much, you're going to be revealing the plans that God have in your life. So sometimes you need to go in monk mode. You need to go within yourself. And trust me, this is going to pay dividends, especially when it comes to the financial aspect. It's going to allow you to take your investing to another place. It's going to allow you to be able to trade, to be able to make good and wise decisions. Why? Because you've got that focus, you've got your mind clear. See, your clarity, the clarity, just like you're seeing right now, and the moon and the peace is exactly what you need to be able to take you to the next financial level and to start making insane amounts of profits or insane amounts of gains, because you're being true to what God set you to be, which is trust in Him. Do not lean on your own understanding, but lean on God's understanding, and God is going to take you to levels and heights that you've never thought that was possible. If you enjoyed this video, smash this like button right there, okay? And check out this awesome video that is right there. By the way, if you need help, if you want to be with Christians, you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to transform your physique, you're going to find the link for SNT, our private membership that we're building. Buy it right now. Get the early bird. I'm telling you guys, we're not going to be taking a lot of I'm not going to be taking a lot of people, okay? We want to keep it a close, tight-knit group. So buy it right now once it's in early, and then once it launches, you're literally in there already. So link will be somewhere in the description or in the pinned comment or on the channel. Thank you guys. Bye bye.